What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for checking out the stream and for bidding and actually filling up the break. I was shocked. I had no idea what to expect, having never done this before. And, you know, product that I don't think is typically the way that breakers are focusing on. They're not the brand new stuff with loaded with the hits. They're just really fun cards, I think, with fun inserts and I still like the base cards myself. I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna get started pretty quick here because we've got a lot of packs to open. I'm gonna start with a 10-11 retail. Asked in the chat too, but you can let me know if anybody has a preference on if I read out the names on the base cards or not. I'll be sure to show them all since they're included in the break. But yeah, I don't know if anybody, I guess part of it might depend on how clear the picture is, but if anybody ends up with a preference either way, you can let me know. All right, first pack of the night. This might be one of those years that are really tough to open. Yeah, I think it is. So, I've got some scissors handy. There we go. All right. The very first card is Antti Miettinen for your Minnesota Wild. Ebbett with a wild sweater going to Arizona, though. And here's a marquee rookie, Dustin Tokarski. Corbo, Howard, David Perron. Colt Lenore with a sweet stash there. All right, we got our first rainbow. It's an Evan Brophy going to Chicago. We've got a decoy. And our first retro, regular retro. This one I guess will actually be going to Winnipeg with the Atlanta logo and the Chicago uni, and it'll go to Winnipeg. Since the Thrashers relocated there, of course. Got a retro Clifford. Cullen. Eric Belanger. If you're able to see the base cards well enough that I don't need to read them out, maybe let me know in the chat. I don't know. Maybe you don't care either. You could let me know that too. Brooks Like, Fabian Brunstrom, retro rainbow of Tyler Kennedy, retro Langenbrunner for the Devils, Spezza and Hablat. Bobby Orr Legend. It's a nice looking card. Zetterberg, Voracek. There's a season highlights. Keith Tkachuk. American Star goes out with class. So there's a season highlights going to the Blues. Commissaric Retro. Josh Bailey. Martin. Lyles. I'd always kind of assumed that the retro blank backs were hobby box only, but actually saw a YouTuber opening a box of the same thing, 1011 retail, and he pulled a retro blank back out of the retail, so I'll be sure to flip around the retros as much as I can. My camera, I don't know, hope this connection doesn't drop out much like it just did there. Sorry about that. Victor Hedman Rainbow. Another Chicago Retro. Dustin Boyd. John Carlson. Morrow. Brad Richardson. Bob Bourne, legend for the Islanders. Shrimp. Clark MacArthur. Yeah. That is quite the uni there for the Thrashers. Burrows. So Troy, you collect Jumbo Joe. Do you have the Sharks in the break, or who do you have? If you have anybody at all. Here's a Stat Kings, Henrik Sedin. What stat are we even looking at here? Here we go, assists. 83 assists. Here's a Gabrick Retro. Joe Bocop. Jonathan Taves. Bowmeister, Craig Adams, Nick Palmieri rookie, Mikhail Grabovski, Samsonov, Jason Blake. Nice, got the Sharks. How has Joe looked this year? I haven't caught much of the Sharks games this year. How much is he playing? Kadri Retro. Adam Foote, Sturm, Matt Walker. Joe Thornton and Joe Pavelski are, I believe, 3 months apart in age. And one of them is older than me and one of them is younger than me. And they're both still playing in the NHL. Here's a nice trophy winners. Stamkos and Sid the Kid with the Richard trophy. I remember how tough those are. Trophy. Or is that just one of what they call the inserts? Not too tough, I guess. 1 out of 4 probably. Colin Wilson Retro. Simon. And there's Patrick Marleau for you, Troy. Breaking new records. As far as oldest person to do this and that, or what? Colby Armstrong.
Gustafson, Stevie Y Legend, Komisarek, Trent Hunter, Phil the Thrill. Did I say Joe Pavelski earlier? I meant to say Patrick Marleau if I didn't. Marleau and Joe were 3 months apart. I don't know if I said Pavelski, maybe on accident there. Here's a team leaders for your Carolina Hurricanes. A Corey Perry retro. Cal Clutterbuck, Tom Wandell, Bobby Sanguinetti. This was a year where they were still... They would use an old photo from their previous team, but they would update the logo on the card, just like that. There's Steve Bernier in a Canucks uni, but obviously moved to the Panthers. And is my... There we go. I always think those cards look terrible, and they've stopped doing that, which I think is a good move. They just put the logo of their previous team with an actual uniform they're wearing. There's a Bork Legend, Ryan Miller, Frolov, Carcillo. Team leaders for the Sabres, Brendan Morrow retro, Halgill, Kolovakio, no, Koliakau, Kalo, I don't know, Mika Kiprasov. Alex Kovalev, Elias, Alexander Urbaum, rookie, Keith Ballard, Kubina, Rostislav Klesla. Jared Ball, Victor Hedman, Robin Lehner, rookie, JP Dumont, Corey Perry, Peter Pruka. He was a favorite of mine for a little bit when he came up with the Rangers in 05-06. But it didn't really work out to be all that impressive of a career for him. His career high in points was his rookie year with 47. I would not be surprised if he went over and played somewhere in Europe for a long time after that, but I really don't know. Joe Mullen Legend. There's a heater for Troy. Madano going to the Red Wings. Season highlights: Mike Camilleri, Winger Stars and Centennial Celebration, Decoy, Brian McCabe, Retro, James Neal, Sean Horkoff, Jarkko Ruutu. Matt Martin rookie. Team leaders for the Flames. Retro Holmstrom for the Red Wings. Ralston Giroux. Ted Lindsay Legend. Oshie, there's a Hanzus Retro Rainbow for the Kings. Mark Over Retro. Gagne Umberger Paisani. Paye Blake Wheeler. Luke Adam Rookie. Brad Boys Gagne. Curtis McElhenney. There's a Henrik Sedin Stat Kings. Points. 112 points the year before. Shane Doan Retro. Booyah, Chris Stewart. Del Vecchio Legend. Bergeron, Felita, Parise. La Perrier, Nitimaki. Klesla Retro. Michael Layton. Luke Shin, Artem Anisimov. Jake Muzzin Rookie. Seidenberg, Sammy Salo, Aaron Asham. Nick Johnson Rookie. Todd Marchant, Daniel Winnick, Mason Raymond. 5 more packs from this box. And I'm thinking I'll do a 2011-12 hobby box next after this one. Oh, here's a nice Winter Classic card. Be going to the Flyers. I don't remember the odds on those at all. Do they not list those? Those are maybe an Easter egg, huh? And I'm not sure how rare those are. Vermette Retro, Eric Johnson, Jochen Hesht. Boscheman, Demers, Brian Leach Legend, Backstrom, Upshaw, Pascal Leclerc. Anjay, that's Staging Retro. Teddy Purcell, Carey Price. Devin Sataguchi, Corey Schneider, Dale Howardchuk Legend, Robida, Cam Barker, Steven Stamkos. Third year card, I guess. Last pack of our first box here. Penner Leopold. Ooh, Sid the Kid retro. Nice one. Panakarovsky, Brad Stewart, and Brizgalov. All right, one box down. Yeah, let's go to in 11-12 hobby box. I will cut the box bottoms off and send them to the appropriate team. So there you go. Taves, Luongo, Bergeron, and Hall. All right, let's see if these are any easier to open. Oh yes, much better. All right, Blake Wheeler, playing for NHL Winnipeg. Before the name had been announced, obviously, I guess, but it was known that they were going to be moving. Another Winnipegger. Markstrom retro. Stempniak, Kyle Clifford, Steve Sullivan. One thing I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for is there's photo variations on like 50 cards, I think, like the first 50 cards in the set, I want to say. What they call playoff beard photo variations. And I'll try and catch them in the break, but if I miss it during the video, I'll of course be sorting them carefully and get them to you. But what to look for is the name, and the bars here are silver instead of gold on those photo variations. There's a Brett Hull legend. Pacioretty retro. Team leaders for the Senators. Ian White and Jay McClement. Jokinen retro. There's an Alexander Simon rainbow. Martin Havlat, Mason Raymond, Matt Molson. How are the Sharks doing in the standings, Troy? I follow the Rangers really closely, but kind of have no idea what's going on in the West, I guess. Teddy Purcell, Eric Gustafson rookie, Bagnall retro, Bufflin, Pavlich. Brad Richards, Chris Kelly, Cam Talbot rookie, Voracek retro, Eric Carlson, Dana Tyrell. Not too good for the Sharks. Loktionov? No idea how to say that one. Oh, and there is a playoff beard photo variation. Antti Jacob Markstrom rookie. Ryan Clow. Linus Omark. Korpikoski, Bobby Hull legend, Barber legend retro, Trent Hunter, Brett Clark, Andrei Kopitar. I was kind of pulling for the Sharks in the playoffs last year. I guess mostly for Joe. I've always kind of liked him. And I always like any players that are close to my age or younger to still be playing in the league. Makes me feel a little better. Ryan Miller, Roosevelt, Lupul, Retro, Rafi Torres, Rainbow, Briere, Zidlicki. Frolik. There's Alex Ovechkin. Aaron Palushad, rookie. Belanger, retro. Pajarvi, Seidenberg. Doan, Jackman, Malhotra, retro. And here's our first black rainbow retro, which will be numbered out of 100. Garachev for the Rangers, out of 100. Jeff Skinner, and Brendan Morrow. Russ Legend, Brad Park, Legend Retro, Michael Rippick, Andrew McDonald. Yeah. James Neal, David Jones, Ludman Retro. Here is a NHL Leaders. I'll be going to the Bruins here. Goals against average leaders. And here's a Phil Esposito rainbow for the Bruins. Not a black rainbow. Johnny Oduya. Adamare. Ben Scrivens rookie. Fanoof retro. Thomas Tatar. You guys ever watch Ziri on YouTube, who is by far the most popular hockey card YouTuber? I don't know if there's any backstory to that, but anytime he pulls a Tatar card, it's pretty funny. And that's the only way I can think of Tatar's name anymore. Tatar! McDonald retro. Here's an in-action Derek Roy for the Sabres. Very nice. Those are not easy. Some are easier than others. That would not be a short print for sure, but there's a Derek Roy in action for the Sabres. Bo Meester, Vlasic. Kyle Turris, Gunnarsson retro. And here's another black rainbow. This is Ian Cole for the Blues. Out of 100. There's a Grachev rookie. Steen Couture. Halpern Hedman. Some guy named Wayne Gretzky, legend card. Jonathan Quick retro. Chris Phillips, and this will be a playoff beard photo variation. David Legwand. Whitney retro. Kostitson rainbow. Carey Price, Chad LaRose, Michael Neuwirth. Drew Bagnell rookie. Sauer retro. Getzlaff. Duncan Keith, Anders Lindbach. Travis Mullen. Crap, I'm really sorry, my camera's going out sometimes. Sorry about that. Rookie or rainbow. Stefan Della Rovere rookie. Jamie Benn. Joffrey Lupel. Petrangelo, Zubarev rookie, Eller retro. Team leaders for the Blue Jackets: Peverly, Eric Johnson. John Carlson, Verbata, Taves retro. Guillaume Latendresse, Thomas Caberlet, Eric Cole. Scotty G, Mike Bossy legend, Howard Chuck legend retro. Hossa, Tyler Bozak, Bobby Butler. Rolly the goalie, Nathan Horton, Richard Brodeur legend, Hagman retro, Jason Blake, and Steven Stamkos. Wayne Simmons, Tavares retro. There is a JP Dumont photo variation for Buffalo. Zetterberg rainbow, Shea Weber, Mark Stewart. There's Patty Marleau. No idea how to say that name, but a rookie for the Senators there. Zubara retro, Ryan Malone, Brian Boyle. Karkner, Dubinsky retro, and here's a black rainbow out of 100. Pavel Kubina for the Bolts. Matt Cook, Belanger, Teemu Selänne. Derek Brassard, Bill Ranford legend, Hodgson retro, Paisani, Benoit Pouliot, Daniel Winnick. Yeah, they are easy to miss. I've opened some of these before, and I totally missed them the first time through, and I don't know if I was entering them in to my collection on the trading card database maybe or something, and somehow it tipped me off. Mike Knuble, Colin Greening, Ben Scrivens Retro, David Steckel, Carl Alsner, Brent Johnson. Francois Beauchamp, Samsonov Retro. There's a trophy winners, Tim Thomas. The Vezina, right? Yep. For the Bruins. Dadonov, Black, Rainbow, out of 100. Steve Ott, Justin Abdelkader. So Daniel, who do you have in the break? Do you maybe have a whole bunch of teams? Am I remembering that right? Demer, Di Pietro, Claude Lemieux Legend, McDonough Retro, Oliver Ekman Larson, Milan Mahalik, maybe? Manny Malhotra, Dan Cleary, Callahan Retro, Fleischman Rainbow, Lotiano, Colin Wilson, Nitimaki, Gonchar Retro, Chris Russell Rainbow, Brunette, Konopka, Jared Bowl. Bobby Ryan, Scott Timmons Rookie, Chris Drury Retro, Saku Koivu Photo Variation. Yeah, that's cool, Daniel. Same here. I love the O-Pee-Chee cards, and I mean, I know there's some other O-Pee-Chee fans out there, of course, but I had no idea how a group break like this would go with a product like O-Pee-Chee, so I'm really psyched that it filled up. There's Daniel and Henrik back to back in that fact. Johansson Retro. Ooh, and then something snazzy behind that. That would be a souvenirs for your Chicago Blackhawks. Quad jerseys. Taves, Kane, Seabrook, Hossa. So, nice card there for the Blackhawks, huh? And Ron Hainsey. Mike Gartner Legend. Green Retro. And then this is a 10-11 Rookie Update Retro. So this is the retro design from the previous year. They haven't, I think this is maybe the only year where they did that. They inserted rookies from the previous year's set into the next year's set of O-Pee-Chee. They've been doing it in the Upper Deck Mothership base set, inserting O-Pee-Chee rookie updates. Temu Retro, Milan Hajduk Rainbow, Brad Marchand, Ian Cole, and George Peros. Hajduk card just seemed really thick for some reason. I guess it is maybe a little bit thicker, but all right, that is that box. And well, how was I thinking here? I had a plan. I might do half of another box of the retail now. Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking. Do half of it now, and then open a 13-14, and then do the other half, and then do an 11-12, and then do the final 10-11 retail, and then finish with a 13-14. All right, so back to 10-11. Oh, actually got that one open. Brooks like Wisniewski, Anders Lindbach, rookie. The Heater, Trent Hunter, Rafi Torres. Brent Sopel, trophy winners Pavel Datsuk for the Selkie. A decoy. Ryan Suter retro. Chad LaRose, Mark Stewart, and Patrick Kane. Stupid camera. YouTube won't let you live stream from your mobile device unless you have 1,000 followers. I don't know. I didn't want to sink a bunch of money into a nice webcam. At this point, anyway. So I kind of found a workaround where there's a Gordie Howe legend. A workaround where a program lets you set up your phone as a camera, essentially, so that I could live stream from my phone. And it's supposed to be a USB connection to the computer so that it doesn't drop out like that, but it seems to go back to wanting to be a Wi-Fi connection instead for some reason, and then the Wi-Fi drops out for a second, so sorry about that. Konopka Rainbow, Jacob Josephson Retro, Ryan O'Reilly, Sergei Kostitsyn. Lino, Travis Moen, Roji, is that how you say his name? Roji Vachon Legend. Sorry, Cal Clutterbuck. Yeah, I'll wait here. Cal. So there was the Moen, Vachon, Clutterbuck, Gagne, Savard. Maybe have it not make that noise at least, if it has to happen. Yeah, I hope I'm not missing cards when my camera does that. I don't know. All I can do is give you my assurance that I will be sending you all of the cards that you get out of the box. Scott Parse Rainbow, Raymond Retro, Chris Stewart, Yarko Rutu, LaPerriere, Blake Wheeler, Brandon Peary rookie, Mike Komisarek, Filipov, Mike Modano. So Daniel, do you have a favorite team that you follow? Dan Ellis, here is a Canadiens team leaders and a Camilleri retro. Jason Spezza, Luke Shin, and Belanger. Henrik Sedin, Eric Fear, Marcus Naslund Legend, David Moss, Sammy Salo, David Perron, Colby Armstrong, Nitty Mucky, Brent Burns, Retro, James Neal, Tom Wandell, Patrick Marlowe, Langkow, Brunstrom, Eric Tangradi rookie, Paul Ranger, Matt Cullen, Kevin Kline. Nice. Saw King just got his 1,000th point, right? Mietinen, Rafalski. Here's a Winter Classic card again. This one for the Bruins. Power play goal ties game. Keith Ballard, retro. Jimmy Howard, and Ilya. Where are you going to see the Oilers in Edmonton, or where? Daly, Colton Orr, Evan Brophy, Sam Gagne, Scotty Upshaw, Artem Anisimov. Scott Nickel, Victor Hedman, Martin Brodeur, season highlights. Brodeur picks up 600th career victory. LaPerriere, retro, Brad Boys, Aaron Asham, Vegas, cool. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Would be cool to see McDavid in person. I'll probably be only making it to one game in person all year this year. I'm seeing the Rangers in 3 or 4 weeks, maybe. They're coming to play the Wild here, the Twin Cities. I'm looking forward to that. Mazaros, Bolesky, Clark Gillies, Legend, Bouillon, Teddy Purcell, Sanguinetti. Definitely pulling some duplicates from this 10-11, but that's bound to happen. Drew Stafford, Jason Demers, Frank Mahavlich, Legend Retro, Patrice Bergeron, Daniel Winnick, and Phil the Thrill. Oshie Kopitar. Ooh, no idea how to say that one. Michael Layton, M.A. Fleury, Martin Havlat. Daniel Paye, Chris Mason, Matt Duquesne. Duchesne? I should know how to say that. Points by a rookie, Stat King, Maxim Lapierre Retro, Seidenberg, Umberger. Okay, so that was half of that second retail box. Now I'm going to move on to the first of our 1314 hobbies. Ooh, just noticed that crunch there in that corner. Never noticed that before, but hopefully the cards will be okay. Yeah, this other box has the same box bottom, so I'll be sure to send the Ovechkin that's in better shape than that one. But you got your Kane, your Price, and your Tarasenko. These have 8 cards a pack instead of 6 cards a pack, which I appreciate. 6. I don't know. Just goes by a little too fast. Doug Gilmour. This is my favorite base design of all the Upper Deck O-Pee-Chee years. Nicholas Backstrom, Joel Ward, Henrik Sedin, Le Cavalier, Hanowski rookie, and a David Jones retro. Jakub Kindl, Mark Letestu, Matt Bileski, Carl Hagelin. There is a checklist. Gustav Nyquist, Audi Marchessault rookie, Rich Peverly. They crammed 100 rookies into this year's O-Pee-Chee for some reason. Usually they've done 50 rookies and 50 legends, all as short prints. For whatever reason, this year the legends, they just kind of gave normal cards and regular print, and then the last 100 cards in the set are short print rookies. So there is a ton of rookies. Maybe even a little bit too much, but here is a ring going to the then Phoenix, now Arizona Coyotes. And a Maxime Talbot retro. Fiddler, McDonald, Bouillon, Calvert, Setaguchi, Marlson, Tyler Seguin Rainbow, Keith Yandel retro, Peter Mueller, Jake Muzzin, Eric Brewer, Latandres, Vokun, Brandon Prust, Austin Watson rookie, Nikita Nikitin retro. Joe Pavelski for Troy. Andy McDonald, David Deschamps, something. Jordan Eberle, Larry Robinson. It's an example of, where most years it would be a legend card, but it's just a regular looking base card. Alexander Burrows, Jamie Tardif rookie, and a Chris Butler retro. Pierre-Marc Bouchard, Tyler Ennis, Nazem Kadri, Andrew Shaw, Cody Franson, The Heater, a Taves sticker, and a Dominator Retro for Buffalo. Hasek was dubbed Hakuna Matata by, actually by me, I guess. My buddy that we would always play NHL video games growing up, and a certain year, I don't remember which, or probably a lot of years, but Hasek was just almost unbeatable, so they'd be like ridiculous chances against me, and he'd make the save, and I'd just say, Hakuna Matata. No worries with Hasek in net. Subban, Cam Atkinson. He's kind of an underrated guy, that Cam Atkinson. Brad Stewart, Jay McClement, Chris Terry, rookie. Wow, Bisa? Retro. Voinov, Jacob Markstrom, Mike Weber, Cogliano, Martin Erat, Patrick Kane, Philip Forsberg rookie for Nashville, and a Brett Hull retro for Dallas. Purples and reds and greens just go so well together, don't they? That's kind of the beauty of it, though. The retros this year were fantastically gaudy. Brooks Orpik, Nick Schultz, Abdelkader Pajarvi, Eric Fair, TJ Oshie, Mark Pysick, rookie, and a Tuca retro. Steve Sullivan, Cody Eakin, Troy Brower, Jan Heda, Zajac, David Clarkson Rainbow, Eric Stahl sticker, and a Shea Weber retro. Don't think we've come across a single card that's going to have to be randomed off. I'll try and pull them out when we do. If I miss one, let me know. Volchinkov, Kiprasov, Taves, Gaustad, Ryan Miller, Mike Smith Rainbow, Alfredson, Kyle Clifford retro, probably aren't a ton of possible cards that will need to be randomed off. Like the league leaders and stuff I'm giving to whoever led the league in that category. Probably not a ton of other cards with multiple teams. I think there's some like jersey cards that mix players from teams or something, but we shall see. There's a Stepan Rainbow and a Carey Price retro. And one of these years, I thought it was one of these sets. There's Canadian Heroes. Am I? Maybe not. Maybe I'm mixing that up with a different set. I don't know. Hornquist, Bergeron, Ekman Larson, Cody McLeod, Ilya Brizgalov, Nikolai Khabibulin, Chad Ruhwedel rookie, and a Brandon Saad retro. Oh, and I guess in hobby this year, The retro blacks that are numbered out of 100 are hobby only. All the playing cards are hobby only. I kind of assume the retro blank backs are hobby only. Like I mentioned earlier, I did see Fulton Cards on YouTube pull a blank back out of 1011 retail, which surprised me, but I'm guessing they're not in retail most years. You get one retro per pack in hobby as opposed to crap. I think it's a retro in every other pack in retail. So I personally much prefer opening up the hobby. I did buy, I don't know if I bought 1 or 2 blasters of this year's David D rookie, Andrew Ladd retro, and there is a blaster exclusive this year. The caramel mini inserts in the blasters. There are, they call them caramel border variations, where just the border of the card is a dark brown. Bobior, Teddy Purcell retro. I love the 1920 O-Pee-Chee. One thing that's not so cool is how much smaller they made the hobby boxes. And the price did drop for them. And I guess I'll still have to see how much it keeps dropping. There's a Malcolm retro, but I don't know. Per card, you kind of gotta pay attention to how much smaller the hobby boxes are in 1920 than they've been. Quite a bit smaller than they've ever been before in any of the other hobbies. Palat rookie and a Boyd Gordon retro. Antropov, Mike Richards, Carlson, Edler, Kopecki, and there is a black rainbow for the Panthers, numbered out of 100. Ooh, and a Henrik Lundqvist ring. Thomas Fleischman retro. Anybody out there collecting the 1920 O-Pee-Chee this year? Fedotenko, Ellis, Bieksa, Sazikas, Jonathan Quick, Rainbow, Pekka Rinne sticker, and a Torrey Mitchell retro. Everybody says O-Pee-Chee is the set collector's set, which makes sense. Maybe that makes me weird because I love O-Pee-Chee, but actually don't really. I haven't really tried to put together full sets of them for some reason. But I've ended up buying so much of the 1920 stuff that I find myself pretty, just a handful of cards away from at least the 500 card regular print set. So I figure I might as well try to finish at least those off. Pavel Bure, Jokinen, Kulikov, Sure, Kostitsyn, Temu, Stephen Weiss sticker, and a Ryan Carter retro. Not sure how close I would be on the short prints from 1920 because I've sold off a decent amount of them. There's certain, I don't know, collecting the minis and the playing cards and the Rangers and the retro Rangers and stuff like that, but cards that aren't those things that are worth a little something, I have been putting up for sale just to try and subsidize the habit a little more. Howardchuk, Pyatt, Jaromir, Jordan Stahl, Eriksson. Oh, wow. There is a signature. Those are tough. Brian Lee for Tampa Bay. I know they're tough. How tough are they? 1 in 192. So, a little bonus for Tampa Bay there. Roussel rookie and a Kari Lettinen retro. Marian Hossa, Steve Beijing rainbow, Patrick Eves retro. I guess there's also the manufactured patches that I want to say are hobby only in the 1920 O-Pee-Chee. If they're not hobby only, your odds are certainly much better to get them in hobby. Subban and a Bickle retro. Halak, Josie, Johansson, Stevie Y, Giordano, Tyson Berry, Zach Redmond rookie, and a Marian Gabrick retro. Victor Hedman. Just saw on the Athletic an NHL players poll, and the more players voted Hedman as the toughest defenseman to play against in the league than any other defenseman. Ryan McDonough, Bryant Nugent Hopkins, Brad Richards, Sean Horkoff, John Tavares sticker, and a Instrom retro. Fedor Tutin, Brent Burns, Brodziak, Dennis Weidman, Stephen Weiss, Philip Larson, Komarov rookie, and a Nate Thompson retro. Wayne Simmons, Trevor Daly, Joe Corbo, Andre, Ron Hainsey, Mark Methot, Tyler Johnson rookie, and a Pascal Dupuis retro. 2 more packs from this box. Nick Foligno, Logan Couture, Barrett Jackman, Andrew Ference, Mike Green, Arcobello rookie, and a Matt Hendricks retro. Seidenberg, Klinkhammer, Travis Hamonic, Daniel Briere, Checklist, Oli Jokinen Rainbow, Iggy Sticker, Chris Versteeg Retro. Alright, I think I will do the other half of this 10-11 retail box. Ooh, 2 checklists in this pack. But there's a John Tavares all-rookie team. It's not a bad card for the Isles. Vlasic Retro, Pavelski, Paisani, Beauchemin, Craig Adams, The Dominator Legend, Ralston, Corey Perry, and McElhenney. Jamie Benn, Ray Whitney Retro Rainbow, Bernier Retro, Nicholas Backstrom, Eric Johnson, Zach Parise. Oh. Mixing up my piles over here. Not that it really matters, but Patrick Elias, team leaders for your Minnesota Wild. Brent Sopel Retro, Grabowski, Mihalik, John Michael Lyles. Steve Bernier, Petrangelo, Frank Mahavlich Legend, Josh Bailey, Koliakobo maybe, Jacob Voracek, Alex Ald, Brad Richardson, Drew Stafford Rainbow, The Dominator Retro, pulled the regular one. Is that just the last pack or a couple packs ago? Bowmeister, Filppula, Johansson rookie, Jonathan Eriksson, Frolov, Jochen Hecht. Devin Setaguchi, Matt Stajan, Larry Robinson Legend, with a pretty impressive frill. Keith Ballard, Jason Chimera, John Carlson. Dustin Pinner, Nino Niederreiter Rainbow, Roman Hammerlick Retro, Jovo Cop, Cam Brecker Markov, certain packs, so these just refuse to be opened. Kovalev, Pierre-Marc Bouchard, Burmistrov rookie, Rob Shrimp, Brad Stewart, Mika Kiprasov. Coleman, Dave Bolland, Stat Kings, Mike Green, points by a defenseman, Shea Weber Retro, Steve Downey, Pavel Kubina, Brendan Morrow, Semyon Varlamov, Mark Messier Legend, Hal Gill, Jonathan Taves, and Daniel Carcillo. Kostopoulos, Corey Schneider, Nitty Maki, Retro, Ryan Miller, Clark MacArthur, Matt Walker. Mike Greer, Jordan Leopold, Vasunov, rookie, Adam Foote, Dustin Boyd, Jason Blake. I wonder if any of you guys collect platinum or would be interested in a platinum group break or not. I've really never opened up any platinum, but given some thought to trying out a group break of this year's set, here's a card that we get to random off. So yeah, at the end, after all the cards are opened up, this will be randomed off between the Bruins and Flyers. I don't think the same person has those two teams. Nope, different people, so I'm gonna set that one back here to remind myself to random it off at the end. Andy McDonald Retro. Dumont, Storm, Leclerc. I would need to ask a fair amount more for the team spots if I were to buy a case of platinum. A fair amount more than I asked for this break is what I mean. I think I've maybe figured I would need to get $20 per team spot to break even on a case of platinum. Johnny Bauer Legend, Backstrom, Samsonov, Carey Price. Chris Phillips, Eric Cole. Oh, we got another in action. Andrzej Kopitar for the Kings this time. I don't think that would be a short print either, but that's a nice card for the Kings. Ryan Smith Retro, Tyler Kennedy, Martin, Mason Raymond, Claude Giroux. Alright, last pack of this round of 10-11 retail. And then we'll break open the 11-12 hobby. Jordan Caron rookie. All right. And box bottoms going to Ovechkin, Kessler, Giroux, and Brodeur. Trying to put together an 18-19 Arctic Freeze set. Cool. If I do one, I'm thinking it would maybe be 1920 whenever it comes out. But come on, camera. Come on. I'm really sorry about this, guys. What the heck? So, Daniel, you think you would maybe bid on 1920 if I were to do that? Oh, come on. There we go. Sorry about that. Ugh. Nope. Yeah, cool. That's what I figured, maybe. All right, second and last box of 11-12 Hobby. Kevin Porter, Condra rookie, Strawman retro, Cody Hodgson, Pierre-Marc Bouchard, Eric Stahl, a case of platinum. What is it? I think it's 80 cards per box and 8 boxes in a case. So I don't know, for somebody who's used to the regular O-Pee-Chee where you just get tons of cards for relatively not that much, I don't know, the platinum, you know, it would be asking quite a bit more for fewer cards, but it is a higher end kind of a thing, so that's just the deal, huh? Johnny Busick, Brian Ralston, retro, and a Daniel Sedin trophy winner. For the Ted Lindsay, James Van Riemsdyk, Chris Butler, I could even try out an 1819 case maybe, instead of jumping right into the 1920, since the price would have fallen a lot on an 1819, so I wouldn't have to ask as much for spots in a break. Brendan Morrow Rainbow, Christopher Letang, James Wisniewski, Setaguchi, Brian Little, Shane Sims rookie, Nemiz retro, Matt Green, UC Jokinen, Justin Williams, Hartikainen rookie, Havlat retro, Nick Spaling, Matt Stajan, Nicholas Cronwall, Patrick Elias, Simon Gani retro, Jeff Carter photo variation, Marcel Mueller rookie, Scott Clemenson, Brandon Proust, Babchuk, Pau, Jean Bellevue legend, and a Jean Bellevue retro legend. Is that just pure chance, you think? Could be. Patrice Cormier, Nate Thompson, Nazim Kadri, James Reimer, Lyles retro, Duncan Keith rainbow, not a black rainbow, Corey Sarich, PK Subban. Blake Wheeler, Andy McDonald, Foster retro, Havlat, Pavlich, J. McClement, Chris Phillips, Teddy Purcell, Reggie Leach legend, Ray Bork retro, Dustin Bufflin, David Legwand. Come on. Duquesne? Why can't I remember if he's Duquesne or Duchesne? Chris Kelly, Patrick Waugh, Legend. Huddler Retro. Brett Clark. Dana Tyrell. It says Duquesne, doesn't it? Matt Duquesne? Yeah, pretty sure. Taylor Hall, Roosevelt Retro. Palmera. Patrick Sharp Rainbow. Trent Hunter. And Linus Omark. Korpikoski, Salve Rookie, Koskinen Retro, Daniel Briere, Zidlicki, Andrzej Kopitar, Brad Richards, Roosevelt, Emery Retro, and then a Dinas Zubris Black Rainbow out of 100 for New Jersey. Pajarvi, Kyle Clifford. Tony Ludman, Alex Ovechkin, Paul Kofi Legend, Ben Retro, Stempniak, Seidenberg, Ryan Miller, Zach Bogosian, Cormier Retro, Brandon McMillan Rainbow, Keith Ale Rookie, Mason Raymond, Michael Frolik, John Moore Rookie, Green Retro, Team Leaders for your Pittsburgh Penguins, Ian White, Steve Sullivan, James Neal, David Jones, C. Wilson, can't think of his first name, Retro. Here is a League Leaders card that will go to the Canucks. Points Leaders from 10-11. And a Black Rainbow out of 100. Marty Reisner for Florida. Johnny Oduya. Adam Mayer, Bill Barber Legend, Helm Retro, Michael Repick, Bowmeister, Anders Lindbach. Varlamov, Kyle Turris, Chris Neal Retro, Vinny Lecavalier Rainbow, Alexander Steen, Matt Molson, Brian Bickle, Sergei Bobrovsky Retro, Eric Christensen Rainbow, Victor Stahlberg, Steven Stamkos, Andrew McDonald, Jeff Halpern, Victor Hedman, Paul Postma rookie, Butler retro, Johan Franzen playoff beard variation. Those silver names just really jump out at me for some reason. Now that I know to look for them. Chad LaRose, Ryan Shannon, Hainsey retro, and another souvenirs. This one for your St. Louis Blues. Halak, Berglund, Perron, Beckus. That is not a bad card, huh? And Carey Price. Hornquist, Al Iafrate legend, Hanson retro, and then a 10-11 rookie update retro. I haven't noticed the regular 10-11 rookies, but maybe I've just been blowing by them and not realizing. Duncan Keith, Logan Couture. Shane Doan, Barrett Jackman, Kulikov retro, Jordan Everly rainbow, Getzlaff, Brendan Morrow. Joe Ward, Mike Ribeiro, Hugh Jessamine rookie, Skevior retro, Skinner Neuwirth. Keith Ale, maybe? Brad Park legend, Claude Lemieux legend retro, Jamal Myers, Sergei Kostitsyn, Tom Cody. Dion Phaneuf, Shane Doan retro, and here's a team leaders insert for your Edmonton Oilers. Steve Larmer, legend rainbow, Strawman, and Colin White. Matt Martin, Andre Benoit rookie, Ryan Suter retro. Here's one of the 10-11 update non-retro rookies that I've probably just been reading out. I'm not noticing the different design, but Paul Stastny, Eric Carlson, Jack Skilly, Johnson, retro, and another in action. I've hit 3 of those now, maybe? Jordan Eberle for the Oilers. In action. Ryan Clough and Cam Fowler. In action sounds just like inaction, as in not in action. Francois Bouillon. Brule retro. Nicoletti Black Rainbow out of 100. It's required that you have to say out of 100 every time you see one of those. John Mursock, 10-11 rookie update. Marlson, Dmitry Kulikov. Tim Connolly, Mario Lemieux legend, Backstrom retro, Dan Boyle playoff beard photo variation. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, get a number of these. So they are not super rare or valuable or anything, but kind of fun. Ryan Kessler, Jonathan Bernier, some sweet throwback gear. Checklist, Asham Retro, Johnny Oduya Rainbow, Tim Gleason, Rafi Torres, Holmstrom, Dory Mitchell, Skevior, Rookie, Karkner, Retro, Vermet, Helm, and our very last pack of 11-12. Rob Scuderi, Roman Hammerlick, Elias Retro, Lars Zeller, Semen Arnaud, and that's it for 11-12. And now I will crack open. I don't know where that came from. Hopefully there's still a... Well, there's not. Huh. I don't know where that hole came from. All right. Kopecky, Stan Makita Rainbow, Decoy, thought that pack felt thick. Adam Burish Retro, Chris Butler, Babchuk, and Jaguar. I knew it was going to be a long break. I was right. But it's fun. Miko Koivu, Saku Koivu back-to-back, Brophy Rookie, Briere, Tim Connolly. Girardi, Avery, Brodeur season highlights. We pulled that earlier, didn't we? Picks up his 600th career victory. Yandel Retro, Scuderi, John Madden. Chris Osgood, Patrick Hornquist, Clark Gillies, Manny Malhotra, Wayne Simmons, Joe Thornton. Evander Kane, Samuelson, Justin Williams, Retro, Todd Bertuzzi, Patrick Berglund, King Henrik. Benoit, team leaders for the Wild. Mark Stewart, Retro, Malkin, Yandel, Kevin Klein. Shane O'Brien, Mike Smith, Mahavlich legend again. I think that's our third one of those, maybe. Dominic Moore, Chris Versteeg, Ilya Kovalchuk. Tony Ludman, Zach Stortini, Justin Williams Rainbow, Michael Frolik Retro, Paul Gostad, Kevin Bieksa. Wet my whistle. Cody McLeod, team leaders for your Montreal Canadiens. Danny Heatley Retro, Corey Stillman, Dustin Brown, Ryan Smith. One of these will be a blank back, won't it? Maybe not. Out of all these boxes, I thought maybe we'd get a blank back. We still might. Thomas Fleischman, Vernon Fiddler, Johansson rookie, Ray Whitney, David Legwand, Jonathan Quick. Steve Sullivan, UC Jokinen, Mark Messier Legend, Paul Ranger, George Peros, Rafi Torres. Sheldon Sore, Brandon Dubinsky, John Carlson Retro, Wisniewski, Patrick O'Sullivan, Patrick Kane. Jarrett Stoll, Colin Fraser, Vasunya rookie, John Mitchell, Martin St. Louis, Adam Burish. How's my French pronunciation? I'm acting like I know how to say it. It's just an act. Tobias Instrom. Hey, looky there. Don't have to random it off after all. One for the Flyers and one for the Bruins. If you're going to get doubles, that's a good one to get doubles of, huh? Tobias Instrom, Chris Phillips Retro, Antti Niemi, Zbenek Mihalik, Zenon Konopka. I'd be a little sad if I don't get to random off a card. For some reason, I don't know why. Went to all the trouble of like figuring out how to show random.org on the stream and everything. Johnny Bauer Legend, Matt Green, Vlasic, Stephen Weiss. And we haven't pulled a single checklist parallel, have we? Oh, maybe there's been... Oh, have I missed like a retro checklist? Yeah, I bet I have. Maybe. I'm sure you're all dying for those retro checklists, but I did say I would random off any of the checklist parallels. So maybe what I'll do is I will just do some randoms at the end of the video without knowing for sure if I even need to or what. There's a Radom Verbata with a little gunk on it. Yeah, so I'll show who would be getting the first 5 or something I came across if I if I do find that I missed some retro checklists, like I probably did. Chris Kelly, Jay McLeman, Tom Gilbert. I don't think we've got any rainbow checklists or anything like that, but I could be wrong. I haven't really been keeping my eye out for those. I kind of forgot. Akposo, Van Riemsdyk, Jordan Caron, rookie, Milan Hajduk, David Booth, Teemu Solani, Tyler Myers, Kent Huskins, another John Tavares all-rookie insert. Wouldn't have minded pulling a different all-rookie card, but Paul Ranger Retro, Ryan Getzlaff, Craig Anderson, Drew Doughty, Daniel Sedin, Dominator Legend again, Brian Little, Peter Mueller, Ben Eager, Chris Kunitz, Mark Rickey, Stat Canes, Matt Duquesne, rookie points, Chris Kunitz Retro. I always like when they both come in the same pack together. Thomas Plekanec, Scott Hartnell, oh. David Krejci, Eric Christensen, Matt T, rookie, Andy McDonald, Nick Antropov, Toby Peterson, Adrian Acoin, Joel Ward, Rogie Vachon Legend, Greg Zanin, Carl Gunnarsson, Roman Hammerlick, Barrett Jackman, Johan Hedberg, Nasland Legend, Kuba, Eriksson, Bogosian, I think I'm getting better at opening these 10-11 packs. Alex Tanguay, Dion Phaneuf, Aaron Asham Retro, Iggy, Robin Regier, Mike Commodore, oh, yep, I cursed myself. Yep. Bryce Salvador, Boychuk, Lindback rookie, Mark Stahl, Andy Green, Brent Seabrook. Thomas Holmstrom, trophy winners, Datsuk Selke. That might be a duplicate too, huh? Maybe. Mark Brodeur, Retro, Steve Mason, Radek Dvorak, Michael Ryder. Michael Beckland, Paul Stastny, Gordie Howe Legend, Rich Peverly, Dwayne Rollison, Franz Nielsen, Bruno Gervais, Chris Russell, Philip Kuba Rainbow Retro, Ethan Morrow Retro, Jack Johnson, Dan Cleary, Frederick Sjostrom, Logan Couture, Tangradi rookie, John Scott, Pascal Dupuis, Brad Richards. Quite a pile of cards over here for me to sort through. But that's actually fun for me. Curtis Foster, Ethan Moreau. Another Winter Classic. Is that the one that we pulled already today or not? Yeah, I think. Oh, that might be one we've already pulled. Boy. Hoping not, but kind of think it is. There's a decoy. Brian Allen Retro, Dan Boyle, Craig Conroy. Eric Stahl, Brent Burns, Guy Lafleur legend, Koliano, Sergei Gonchar, Kyle Brodziak. Hiller, Hemsky, Marcel Dion, Retro, Maxime Lapierre, Camilleri, Jeff Delorier, I don't know. All right, getting down to the nitty gritty on 10-11 here. Paul Martin, Reinprecht, Larson rookie, Colin White, Jeff Carter, Lucas Bisa. Ryan Clow, Wojtek Wolski, team leaders for your Nashville Predators. Steve Mason, Retro, Rostislav Oles, Taylor Pyatt. The penultimate pack of 10-11. David Jones, David Beckus, Chris Pronger Rainbow, Everly Retro, Derek Morris, Crombeen, and the last 6 cards from 10-11. Yuri Hudler, Blake Como, Brandon Peary rookie, Hagman, Niedermeyer, and Derek Roy. All right, last box, y'all. 13-14, same box bottoms as before. I want a blank back. I don't know why. I just want to see one tonight. I have pulled. How many have I pulled? 4-ish, maybe I've pulled. Blank backs. A couple from this year, one from 15-16, and one from 11-12, I want to say. Not totally sure. All right, here goes the last box. Jordan Tutu, Dustin Brown, Klesla, Mark Messier, Kyle Palmieri, Lundqvist Rainbow, Duncan Keith Sticker, Tangradi Retro. The retros are always at the back of the pack in 13-14. I would maybe see it right away if we got a blank back, unless it went blank back and then another retro. Mueller, Justin Peters, Checklist, Kyle Wellwood, Brettel, Stevie Y Rainbow, Daniel Sedin Sticker, Eric Cole Retro, Joey MacDonald, Smead, Drew Miller, Semin, Sbisa, James Reimer, Petrecki Rookie, David Moss Retro. Brooks Orpik, Jack Skilly, Colin Wilson, Andrew Ladd, Teddy Purcell, Lidstrom Retro. I have a feeling this Lidstrom might have a blank back. Bo Bennett Rookie, Gabriel Bork, and it sure does. And it's Nick Lidstrom. All right. Well, we got our blank back. Good times, good times. Joe Pavelski, PM Bouchard, Palushaj, Tuukka Rask, Patty Marleau, Roman Polak, Black Rainbow out of 100, as I'm required by law to say, Andrew Shaw Rainbow, Taylor Hall Retro. Ask and ye shall receive, huh? Dougie Gilmore, Shane Doan, Grabner, Shea Weber, Sydney the Adult, as I've heard a guy on YouTube refer to him. Who is that? A Great Day for Hockey Cards on YouTube. He's a Penguins fan. He calls him Sydney the Adult. Sergei Gonchar, Gino Malkin Sticker, George Peros Retro, Jakob Kindle, Matt Molson, Sean Matthias, Chris Phillips, Ryan Carter, Rafael Diaz, Schrader Rookie, Hansus Retro, Letestu, Justin Falk, Braden Shin, Matt Carl, Dion Phaneuf, Joe Sakic, Ben Street Rookie, Ryan Suter Retro, Steve Sullivan, Grant Klitzum, Gunnarsson, Brandon Saad, Ben Bishop, Mihalik, Peter Mrazek Rookie, and a Yannick Hansen Retro. Wayne Simmons, Ryan O'Reilly, Chris Stewart, Simeon Varlamov, Michael Grabowski, Pacioretty, Alex Chason Rookie, Drew Doughty Retro. Checklist, Patrick Sharp, Johan Hedberg, Ray Whitney, Richard Klum, Kevin Shattenkirk, Lauritsen Rookie, Kyle Palmieri Retro. Ooh, pinks and oranges. Lovely. Seidenberg, Vernon Fiddler, Michael Neuwirth, Dwight King, Carey Price, Pavlich, Fanoof sticker, Jeff Skinner retro. Fistrick, Prospel, Strite, Stefan Orobida, Robin Lehner, Taylor Hall, Toffoli rookie, Steve Bejin retro,